Hey everyone, it's Gersher from Technical Options Traders Inc. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about how I traded NVIDIA and what my strategy is, my thought processes. I'm just going to do a little bit charting live with you guys so you guys can get an idea. So this is TrendSpider that I'm using. I'm going to talk a little bit more about their platform towards the end of the video if for anyone who's interested. So as you guys can see, NVIDIA has been in a range for quite some time. Okay, it's been in a range since September or August of 2020, and it really has not broken out of that range. So this is what we call like a sideways pattern, right? And as you guys can see, it kind of like tried to break the range, touched the lower support lines, didn't break through it. Okay, now when the stock is in this kind of channel, there's multiple things that you can do. You can, if you're an options trader, you can play spreads, or if you really understand how a trend works, you can play your positions accordingly, right? Now I'm going to talk about the positions that I played. So in the beginning of this trend, as you can see here, NVIDIA had earnings, it was going up, right? Touched this and bounced, right? Now I did catch this at the break of this support. Why was this a support, right? So this became support when it break through it, but before that it was resistance. So as you can see, multiple tests failed, test failed, test failed, test failed, right? So it was not able to beat this price. Like buyers were not able to push higher. Now at the break of this, right, you get one candle, two candle, and third candle was my this was my candle where I entered and I scalped on a daily, right? Now how much did I make? I think I made around like 100% on two options contracts. So this was one position that I traded because the probability of profit here was high because it broke the previous support, market was showing strength, and this candle was very strong, right? Now, NVIDIA does do this. A lot of stocks do this. When they have a breakout, they will pull back. They will pull back and test. But however, you see the support, it did not go back to the support. It made a new support at 475, which it tested. And what you can see here is something called a flag pattern. So now if you're a swing trader, this is another opportunity. It breaks, this is a downtrend. This is a short-term downtrend that it breaks. And, this is another opportunity for you to get in, and, there's a lot of profit that you could swing. So this is the strategy that I follow. I look for setups, right? Clean setups. Now, after it did this run here, it rejected it really big, right? It kind of went range bound, was not able to go higher. Now, what I see here is there's two ranges that the stock is trading in, right? Now from it touches this resistance level and it comes back down, right? So this is at 532, makes a pivot here, right? Not able to go higher. And so it comes back down, consolidates, right? So what I'm seeing, what I'm looking for here is from this pivot, I'm seeing a downtrend, right? Either at this point, I have two thought processes. Either it's going to break this support level and it's going to come and test the previous support at 454 or 450, or it's going to break it and go back higher and try to go above the previous resistance, which is 533. I don't guess. I let the market tell me what it wants to do, and based on when it breaks, I simply enter my position. When it breaks a previous support or resistance, the probability of profit does increase in your favor, and you have to manage your risk with tight stops. You have to get into that. So I will make another video on that talking about stops. But if you see this, if it broke this, I would have traded to the downside, but my profit target would have been very small because as you can see, I can see a support level here as this is where it tested. There was a lot of volume here, okay? Now, it didn't go low. It broke this. It broke the downtrend, okay? It broke the downtrend, went higher, okay? Went much, much higher here, right? All the way to, the past 533. When it broke the downtrend, I did not get in on this candle. This was my confirmation candle. I got in on this candle. I had one contract of long options, and I got out at this level here. My profit was around 55%, not a lot, which was around, I think, $300, the risk that I had on it. But the thing is, why did I get out here? Like, as you can clearly see, it went on higher because this was a previous resistance that it rejected. There was a high probability that it could reject here again. Okay, and the shares could come down because I'm an options trader. If the premium does not move in my way and I'm holding long options, I will lose money. Okay, now as you can see this line, now it becomes pretty solid when it breaks through it, right? So it comes back, tests the lower, breaks through the line again here, but unable to go lower, it pushes back higher. Okay, so now there's another thing that you could do when it pushes back. Your next resistance when it pushes through this is the previous resistance here, 575. This is how I use it. What is the next level? Because when you're trading in this day or October 1st, you don't have all this information in front of you. You only have the previous information. The technical analysis, we use the previous information to kind of give us an idea of what the stock could do. Okay. So now you can see that the stock really went to the previous resistance, rejected cleanly. Okay. So as of that, you could have traded long options here. At this point, I wasn't trading NVIDIA because I'm like, you know what, it's kind of stretched. I was gonna trade NVIDIA if it broke 575 and it went higher. That was my target. Why am I not trading this range? For me, this is a chop zone. This is how I look at it. Everyone can interpret it differently. I look at this as a chop zone. If it's above this, I already made profit. Me getting into it here, I'm getting greedy and trying to get more money. Okay. Usually when you try to get more money, you end up losing more money. So that's not what I'm all about. I try to focus on the high probability trade. So as you can see, it rejected. Now I did scalp here when it broke this support line. Now because it broke through this once, twice, right? Actually multiple times. You guys can see that. When it broke through this level again, it went all the way down here. Okay. So this would have been a nice little one for a quick profit to the downside. It went 8% down. So if I'm trading, if I'm swinging options, this is a decent entry point. Okay. Now, why would it go this? I use the 8 and 21 day SMA crossover, which kind of gives me an idea that, you know, there might be a bearish sentiment happening. It does work really well. I recommend you guys try it out and see how it works on your charts. But an 8 and 21 day crossover is a decent strategy to kind of keep in mind. But keep in mind, SMAs are lagging indicators. They are not leading indicators. Okay, so I will talk about indicators in another segment, but for now, I'm just going to talk about how I'm trading the price. So as you guys can see, NVIDIA went down, but it failed to make a new low once again, right? So it did not go to this level. It kind of touched back. So compared to this low and that low, this is a higher low. So it's an interim, you can say it's a bullish sentiment here, right? And so the stock is still trending upwards, which is fine, right? But it's doing it very, very, very slowly, right? It's kind of gone sideways. Now, as you can see, it bounced from this support line, the interim uptrend line, and it goes back. And when it breaks this 575, I did enter here, but my profit here was very, very small because this was an overnight play and the stock rejected, right? It rejected the higher and came back down. So my profit was, I think, only about like 3%. It's very, very small. And so I ended up getting out. And as you can see, it was a good idea. Why did I get out? Because I saw a lot of selling pressure, a lot of sells come in. So it was a good idea for me to get out. But as you guys can see, whenever it breaks a higher resistance or support, the probabilities are usually in your favor, as you guys will see across the video. Then afterwards, it kind of went sideways. There was not much to do in NVIDIA for a while until on this day, which was February 8th, it broke this level again. Now, at this point, this level is my level that I'm watching. So as you guys can see, it breaks out. This day, I was also able to scalp money. Now here, I'm waiting for, like I got out, I'm waiting for more buying pressure. Unable to get past this candle close, right? Third day, unable to pass. Fourth day, unable to pass, right? Fifth day, we get a break of the low, right? Fourth day pushes up. Sixth day pushes up, and as you guys can see, it breaks and it fails, right? When this fails, this selling pressure increases. Why? The market was weak as well, right? The market kind of corrected itself a little bit here. So as you guys can see, another break of, a trend here. This is a short-term uptrend. As it breaks this candle, you can see a lot of selling pressure. The selling pressure is going up. Right. So when I get confirmation two ways, if I see selling pressure going up, there's a probability it'll continue to go down. So what I did was I did enter a small position, a short position. I bought one put option contract here, and I bought it, I believe, 3 weeks out expiry, and I was able to scalp a decent profit. Right now, why the 8 was crossing over the 21, there was a high, the sell volume was increasing. MACD was crossing over here. The RSI line was crossing below the 50. So I had multiple check marks that there was a possibility that the stock could trend downwards. Now, then again, my risk was very small because I only had one options contract, right? So my risk is never that big. So this is how I look at price, right? Like what it could possibly do here. Now, next thing I'm going to talk about again here, buying pressure increases, it breaks back through the top resistance level here, and then it breaks through this level as well, which is the other previous resistance, and it goes higher. This was a good entry point. I scalped a decent amount of money here. Now it rejects, comes back down. Now you see how you're formulating these lines as price is, coming in. Now these are becoming your support and resistance levels as you draw them. You don't need anything else other than price to tell you, okay, this is what I tested before, this is where it could go to now, right? So since you are making these support and resistance levels as you go, you're leaving them on your chart. Now you have an analysis of what the stock can touch and where it could go and what it could do. And this is how you simplify your strategy. Right now, you see how it touches this top line, it comes back down, rejects. Now this is a support level. At the break of the support, you can scalp a little bit here, right? But now this is your support line as well. Can it break through this? The higher probability is to break the second support. So this is support 1, support 2. If it breaks this, there's a higher chance it'll continue to come down, right? Whenever it breaks support 2. So if it does that, support 2 breaks, comes down a little bit further, right? And then it bounces. Now you see this. This was a great entry point here. Breaks the previous resistance with a nice candle. You get 2 days of upticks. Nice swing here. So this is what I do and how I trade, options, as well as you can apply this to common shares, simple strategy with tight stops. But like these trades, I'm going to take less trades, but my trades are going to be more successful because the probability of a breakout or support failure is in my favor, right, when I'm trading it. So I try to simplify this. I hope this helped you guys out. If you guys want any sort of clarifications, please leave the comments below. And if you're interested about, TrendSpider, so I'm going to talk a quick 2 minutes about that. TrendSpider is a great platform. Like here, what you could see is seasonality for NVIDIA. What it tells me is the success rate of NVIDIA over the past 5 years. In the month of May, June, and July, it's very high. Like it was 83%, June is 83%, July is 100%. So which kind of tells me what to expect here. And also it gives me insider sales. So if insiders of the company are selling, which is interesting to know, it just kind of tells you right here, and you can click on it. It takes you to a new page and it tells you how many shares they sold. This is the SEC page. So TrendSpider is a very good platform. If you guys are interested in them, the link will be posted below. Just click on it and you can subscribe to them. There's a lot of information they provide. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, please click on the like and subscribe button. I'll greatly appreciate that. And if you want to see more content, let me know in the video as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy.